Ladies and gentlemen, I'm GC Smith and welcome to War on the Top. Today we're going to be discussing demons and the changes that have happened to them recently, as well as White Dwarf. But first I'd like to start by saying sorry that I haven't done any videos in a couple of weeks. That applies to both Wargaming, if you're watching this, and PC Gaming, which I'll make a similar announcement to them when I make a next PC Gaming video. Now, I've been very busy the last couple of weeks. Relatives have been over, and there's loads of just summer activities, really. And for that, I just really want to say sorry and hope that you forgive me for the lack of videos, as well as hope you keep watching them and hope you keep enjoying all the videos I aim to give you. Now, we're going to start off by looking at the demons changes that have happened recently. Now, if you recognise this, like you may already do, you'll know this is a booklet that came with this month's White Dwarf. If not, then this is a booklet that came with this month's White Dwarf, and it features changes to both fantasy and 40k demons. Now, I guess it's a bit like an FAQ, except not an FAQ or that really. It just shows some of the changes to units and how what their rules are basically in 6th edition. So, let's have a start by looking at 40k, because that's really the game I play mostly. And as you can see, there are changes to things like the Flamers of Tzeentch, Screamers of Tzeentch, and yes, that's that. Now, in addition to that, they've added 2 new units to the demons, which are the Hellflayers of Slaanesh, which are basically like a chariot that's designed to grind things to death. And obviously, this uses the new chariot unit type in 6th edition, which a lot of people was wondering what really would get it. So I need a drink. So yeah, you've got the grinder, which I'll try and find a picture in this for you, because it has got pictures in it. Try and find a suitable picture, which there doesn't seem to be any. Oh wait, no, is that a grinder? Yeah. There we go, that's the grinder, for anyone that can see. That's the grinder at the bottom here on a fantasy base. That's it in fantasy. But that's what a grinder is, basically a chariot with loads of blades that slices things open. In 40k, it does some amazing stuff, like... that's Hellflare, not so bad. Hellflare, sorry. That gives you basically things like... it's D6 Hammer Wrath point attacks for every whole point it has remaining, rather than just one, say, on any turn it charges. Then you have a chariots, just general secret chariots of Slaanesh, which are basically unit type, Allurus Infantry, secret chariot vehicle, chariot, 1 Exalted Allurus, and 1 secret chariot, though you can upgrade them to a Herald of Slaanesh on the thing. So yeah, and then you've got an Exalted secret chariot, which is basically the same thing except bigger, with double the hull points and better stats. So that's basically changes to 40k, and those 2 units are both in fantasy of their own rules. But another major change to demons, this is in fantasy, is the Soul Grinder. Now, the Soul Grinder is already in 40k, but in fantasy they decided to add it in the latest update to them, giving them some fantasy rules. Now, how do I feel about that? Well, it's understandable they need to give them a new monster, yeah, as long as if they haven't got enough monsters as it is with all the greater demons and demon princes. But no, they wanted to give them a new monster, and that was a good way to do it. It's an existing model, and basically it's the only model that isn't you can't have in both editions. So that is the changes to all the demons of Chaos. And sorry if you can hear in the background, my family are walking back and forth despite the fact that I'm filming. So now let's go to the White Dwarf and have a look at this. Now, as you can see, as I said before, the Demons of Chaos booklet, overview booklet thing, came with this month's White Dwarf, which is basically keeping up a trend which has restarted recently of having things like rules and stuff in the White Dwarf. Now, if you're like me and have played Warhammer for several years, several years, then you would have had White Dwarf several years ago, where it had things like rules updates, units you need opponents' permission to use, but otherwise had the rules for kind of tested at head office, cool conversions and stuff. Then now in more recent years, the White Dwarf became an advertising magazine and a little more other than some showing off some armies and with a battle report. Now, this issue, for example, has 2 battle reports. Had the Chaos Daemons book rules, has things about the scribes, has a lot of fluff about demons, has 2 battle reports, one for 40k, one for fantasy, shows off new models, okay, that's advertising, shows off like some really nice painting of noble lords, has a conversion, has a modelling clinic, has a working with Citadel fine cast, which I think is in a lot of issues recently. That might be in a lot of issues. Has things on the alliances and how like certain head office members like Robin Cruddance uses the allies rules in 6th edition 40k. In other words, they've gone back to hobby magazine, which finally I think makes it worth its price. And I think based on the fact that things like the Storm Talon win White Dwarf suggests that they're going to keep it up. Now, whether or not these are going to be units that obviously will be in the next codex, or they're probably going to put in the next codex. So in other words, basically they're just releasing some new codex units early to kind of give a feel for them, and they may change a bit when the codex comes around. So overall, I think actually both the White Dwarf and the Demon Codex changes are really nice. Demon changes, I haven't really seen them being played, because I haven't seen demons being played really. On Fantasy, and that was before the update, which they claimed because the person that plays them has a stupid amount of money and a stupid amount of army. So, yes, he kicks a lot of rear end with that army. So, yes, thank you very much for watching War of the Top today. Hopefully I've given you an overview of the White Dwarf and the Demon book, giving you some basic information of that. Hopefully it's of use to you guys out there. I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully I was informative. Now, I also want to try to give an idea quickly at the end of this video what kind of stuff will be coming up. Now, more War on the Top, discussions on things like the Chaos Codex when that comes out, or various things when the new armies when they come out. That's what War on the Top will be for. Also, I don't know if it'll be Boot Camp or War on the Top or another thing. We've got a starter set coming soon, new starter set, and then basically I'll be buying one for myself. So 1 to get the mini rulebook, and 2 to get the 2 sets of miniatures. Now, I could keep the Marines and use them towards an army, or keep Chaos and sell the other one, but I'm going to keep both, pick them up and make them up. And basically I'm going to rush to build and make them, do them to a semi-decent quality. And then I'm going to try and find a friend at uni to do some videos with, and basically give you a video tutorial for 6th edition. I've had a few people request it, and I think overall it's a good idea to give you guys a basic how to play 6th edition. Well, general 40k, it's not just for 6th edition, but it's how to play 40k, which uses the 6th edition rules, Because there are a lot of young wargamers that have access to YouTube, are looking at, Warhammer 40k online, searching for battle reports on how to play, and there doesn't seem to be many how to play, video guides out there. So that's one thing I'd like to give you guys out there. I also want to say there will be a lot more video game footage coming up, especially when I get to uni and have a lot more evening time to film them. Miss Pandaria, I've got a couple of Miss Pandaria things I want to give you soon, because Miss Pandaria comes out in about a month or 2. So I do want to give you a couple more Miss Pandaria beta videos. There are like town quest chains I'm not going to finish, and I don't see the point of doing. And also this bit here is only interesting for the video gamers. League of Legends I like to cover as well soon. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it's been of use to you guys. If you are a new watcher to my channel and you're watching this for the first time, if you like it, please like, obviously subscribe to see more, check out my channel to see my other stuff. For returning viewers, hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully my standards staying the same, if not getting better at these videos. I do try multiple attempts at each video to make sure each video is of the highest quality. I'm not really big into all this video editing stuff. I need to get better at it, but I'm not into doing too much. I don't really have much software available for it. I don't have things like Adobe video player or whatever, and I refuse to pirate things for that. So yes, obviously I want to say my boot camp's going to continue for the Tau. I've done the HQ, I need to move on to the Elite, I need to get that done. But as I say, I've been very busy unfortunately for that, and I will try and do that. Now I will say this is a video I want to do a video now because I'm away next week. So there won't be any new videos next week. Now I'll maybe do a video tomorrow, maybe, if I give time to film it and upload it. But otherwise, this will be my last video for a week as well. So 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Well, last wargaming video. I might do another, a couple of gaming videos tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and see you next time.